ICPC. We responded to all this. And copy was also sent to the ministry. But nothing happened until after 18th of October, when we came out with the forensic audit of Wando. 2, why did it take 48 hours for the ministry to suspend me? Meanwhile, I submitted my response to the query almost 3 months. Because when I was given the query, I responded. But my suspension came on the 29th after my meeting with the minister of 27. So why, after my submission, 3 weeks, you've not suspended me until 2 days after my meeting with you? Why did the minister threaten me to either resign or be suspended at the meeting of November 27 in company of the permanent secretary? Why did she say I should resign or I'll be suspended? I swear to God, that's what she told me. 4, why did the minister refuse to see me in order to hear my own side of the story? You recall that this issue of allegations came to limelight to the public when Sahara reporters published it, I think on 23rd or 24th. The next day, I called the minister's PA, Bridget, and I said, please, it was on a Wednesday, that the moment the other minister is back from FEC, I would like to see her. And I told her that it's about this my Sahara reporter so that she can share my own side of the story. The next day, I sent her an SMS that I would like to see her. She didn't see me. The following day, I explained everything in writing. There was no response. I would have thought that if a CEO of a very important parastatal of yours is alleged to have committed those kind of infractions, he should be able to hear from his own side. But nothing happened. Why did the minister at my first meeting with her after announcing the forensic audit told me that somebody has suggested that you should be sacked? I swear to God, that's what she told me.
Yes, sir.
Why did she take interest in Owando? Why did she take interest in BGL? Give me 2 minutes, Chairman.
Please.
BGL and partnership and Ikeja. Why did she take interest in OSIS and not BGL Ikeja?
Leave the question to us. If it's that, leave the question to us, please. Leave the question to us, please, so that we can maximize our time.
Okay. In conclusion, as I said, I have submitted all my documents.
I'd give you 25 minutes. Instead of 10.
Yes.
Give you 25 minutes. I think we have been fair enough.
Okay, let me quickly say that the minister also came out on TV at a press statement and said Gwarzo suspension follow proving cases of financial misconduct, unlawful cutting away of sensitive documents, in addition to unsatisfactory response to query served on him. She has already judged me guilty.
Thank you.
And this was aired on TV and whatever. Lastly, Mr. Chairman, I need to say this.
Please.
I want it to be on record. I want it to be on record that as a regulator, I do not have any political platform. And as such, black, white, religious or secular, rich and poor, man and woman, disabled and able are all equal in my eye and should be treated fairly. I therefore view my office as a mission and not a job. And I believe there are 2 choices before us in this country. The first choice is investigation on Owando to be carried out and the integrity of SEC and the Nigerian capital market will be maintained. The second option is no investigation of Owando should be carried out and we end up rubbishing SEC and rubbishing the entire capital market. It's not about Munir Gwarzo, but SEC, the Nigerian capital market, and Nigeria.
Thank you.
Distinguished members, DGs come and go, but SEC and Nigeria will remain.
Thank you, sir. I think we've had enough. Thank you for your submission. We will use the floor for questions. So please, members, 2 minutes. We'll start from the extreme left. 2 minutes for your questions. Your mic, Mr. Gwarzo, your mic. So, Honorable Bonta, please, 2 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman. Just that, I'll try and get back to you. I have a lot of questions. From the explanations and...
Please, when you ask your question, your name.
My name is Uzoma Nkim Abonta. Chairman, I permit you to at one moment. From the explanations rendered by the Subordinate DG, it's obvious he reports to the Minister. May I ask, you were questioned or rather interviewed by EFCC and ICPC. Could you tell us what was the issues of that investigation? And then who and what investigative panel investigated Oando? I mean the forensic author. Who investigated them and who did set them up? Did Oando at any time accuse you of impropriety or any accusation whatsoever, or being impartial and so on? And what is technical suspension? And lastly, since my team is there, did you translate from commissioner to DG, or you had a break in translating, like how many months after the appointment of commissioner? Was it automatic? When we know how that happened. Lastly, you have said you accused you of having an interest in some companies and all whatnot. I may ask my question now to SAN, since he's a lawyer. You said you had no business, you resigned from those companies, or they were family companies. Did you disclose to SEC of your interest or relationship there? Because SN would let us know what is called insider trading, and disclosure of interest. And when did they start doing business with SEC? I mean, this company, is it after you assumed appointment in SEC, or they were doing business with SEC before you even came to SEC? Thank you very much.
No.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues, I have just one question for Mr. Gwarzo, and I have like 3 questions for honorable minister.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay. Okay. Let me go with Mr. Gwarzo. In your submission, you mentioned that the approval of your severance should not come from the honorable ministers. And I put a question to you. Who are you responsible to? Do you decide on your own in all your activities? That's my question.
Question?
Yeah, I'm here.
Fast, please. 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Or you see your 2 minutes, you can...
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I won't waste time. DG, you said you had a first meeting with the minister, and you didn't tell us how that meeting ended. How was that the first meeting ended? Because you made mention that first meeting, it was between you and her alone in that office. So how did it end?
He told us.
Yes.
He did.
No, he didn't.
He did. No. He did. Don't go back there. He said, I can tell you what he said. He said the honorary minister said she should